had to get all that shit out the way first.
Alright, it's all good. Alright. So I guess one of the main things that I definitely don't know is, when did you first start writing?
Shit, man. This writing in general, I like started when I was mad young. I'm talking 9, 10 years old, and it started with like poetry type shit. Shit, I could even go as far back as like first grade, even, you know.
Right.
6, 7 years old. It started like with poetry and stuff, but I was always a fan of like hip hop and rap, and I grew up in a household where that was like. Of course, you didn't listen to rap music, especially around my aunt and uncle. So it was like I had to listen to it in secret. And then as I got older, you know, I didn't give a shit because it was the music I like listening to.
Right.
But I like all forms of music, and like that was definitely an influence. But I like started writing poetry at first, and then when I was about literally like 10 years old, I wrote like my first song. It wasn't on a beat or anything. It was just like, it was a weird ass song, and I'm not gonna sing because it was just, you know, it's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been writing for a long time, dude. A real long time.
Alright. And what would you say are your inspirations? It doesn't necessarily only have to be music, just anything.
Well, my mother, before she passed away, she's gone, but she's definitely a huge inspiration. Like, she's definitely one of the main reasons I push forward. My son as well, and my family, like, they're another main reason. Like, I do what I do.
Right.
And I do it. It's just people in general. Honestly, it's more about people. And I was influenced by music at first. Like, of course, like anybody listens to their favorite hip hop artists, rap artists back in the day, that can definitely play a key role. But as like I got older and, you know, my values changed on life, and it's just I get more of a pleasure from the people that enjoy the music, and those people actually inspire me to make more music. If there wasn't anybody listening, I don't think I'd probably make any music. I could have one person listen to my music and say they enjoyed it, and I would continue to make songs regardless.
Yeah, that's what's up.
But yeah, that's basically it, man. If there was artists or musical influences, I would say J Electronica, MF Doom, a bunch of indie artists too that are out on the scene. People in my own group from Zone Gang. I like all these different styles, and just basically a lot of underground rappers, people that aren't shined on. They're like diamonds in the rough, you know.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Oh yeah. And all right, when are you planning on dropping your mixtape?
So, I'll tell you about the story of this. I've done so many songs, but I've never compiled like a tape together, never. I've been featured on like random compilations and stuff, other people's mixtapes, but I've never done my own personally, only because I've tried it like twice, like to do an official mixtape. First time, it was a long time ago. Well, you know, I don't count the bullshit I did in school. That's crap. You know, I don't ever count like none of the early shit. Because if you heard me a long time ago, you'd be like, wow, what the hell? But I'm talking like now. And then the second time I tried, it was just a nightmare, and nothing fell through. And it was mostly like when you get too many people involved with like helping you with your tape, or people that say they're gonna help you with the tape, then it can end up turning into like people not, you know, coming through with what they're supposed to do or what they said they're gonna do, and you kind of want to keep it limited to yourself and maybe a pocket full of people, you know. And so like this time, I had already started planning on doing a tape. Like, I had a bunch of people requesting on every song, you should release a tape, release a CD, release a tape, would buy it. I was like, well, if I do one, it'll be free naturally, digitally, you know, you could just download the shit.
Yeah.
So I went in, I found like a bunch of random beats from random sites, such as, you know, SoundClick, any other site, SoundCloud, whatever, you know, random beats. Some artists, some producers I knew sent me some beats, and I just went through like a whole catalog, and like a lot of artists, when they do their CDs or their mixtapes, they'll do a bunch of songs and they'll pick the hottest out of them. Me, I'll pick a bunch of beats and pick the hottest out the beats and say I have to make a good song to this beat, you know, because it's gonna go on.
Yeah.
I don't. And so what I did was I started the oldest song on the CD on the tape, I should say, will be Exhibit C, over J Electronica's song. That came out last year. Another old song was Until Infinity. That's going to be on the tape.
Nice.
And two other songs, La 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 La, which is over that Mac Miller. Up North Productions, I think, made the beat. And the Chasing Pavements, which was made by one of the guys in our group, Twin the Rap Rocky, Twinsdale Washington, whatever you want to call them. And that's the 4 that are already out that are going to be on the tape. And I have 11 new songs, and I started writing them in March, and I finished all the songs in March. Like, they were done, like 11 songs finished. Well, no, about 10 songs. I got another song that I just recently did last month, but that's for something else, but that's going on the tape too. But I've been trying to record it, and the studio that you see me recording on videos, that's where I've recorded like the past 3 years. And I contacted the guy Squig after like I talked to him like a bunch of times. He said that they tore down the studio. I was in New Orleans for a minute, and when I came back after I finished writing, I hit him up, and they took down the studio and they were changing locations. And I guess there's some guy putting money behind the studio location. And like he told me like in a month it would be up. I called him in a month, it wasn't up. And then he said, well, I'm supposed to talk to him again in a couple weeks. Called him again in a couple weeks. He didn't talk to the guy. He said, try me again in a couple weeks. I called him again, and he said, we got a hold of him, but like still there's nothing set in stone. And then he told me, he's like, I don't want to hold you back from not being able to record. Because I like when you grow like a relationship with a certain person, like me and Squig, like I've been at his wedding, you know, he always invited us places, like we grown to know each other on a personal level, and like I like supporting his studio, so I wanted to keep going there, you know. Yeah. And that's good quality. And so it was like I was like stuck in a rut. I was like, shit, man, people are gonna be mad. It's gonna look like I'm making excuses because the last mixtape failed. And I said, I don't want to do this again. I gotta find a new studio. And so like after like I let the disappointment soak in, I just like hunted down for a studio in my area. I was like, I gotta find a studio. And then I found a guy named Fantasy, and they have I think it's Remedy Recordings, Remedy Productions, and they have nice quality, good rates, and he's real good people. He reminds me of Squig, and like I enjoy recording there. And I was able to knock out the whole tape within like a few weeks. And so the songs have been done since last month. I finished the last song, which was actually on one of DJ Fantasy's beats, and I promise you're gonna love this track. It's so dope, man. But he produced, and we finished all the songs, and he's just mixing and mastering the last one. I'm actually supposed to get it today. I have another guy doing my album artwork because I'm gonna press up 200 copies, but that might not come out till about next month because I'm still waiting on the album artwork. But as far as digital copies, that might be out by the end of this month. I'm hoping to shoot for the end of this month.
Nice. Real nice.
So yeah, I had to explain all that to get to that. So
right. Yeah, no, it's all good.
With this project. But it's called Beelzebub's Broken Chords.
Yep.
If you want to know about the title and the name of it, I'll let you know.
You're calling that the CD? Or the mixtape?
Yeah. Beelzebub's Broken Chords, yeah.
Right. Do you have a song called that also?
No, I have the title came up because I was like I said, I'm heavily influenced off of like people, but another influence I failed to mention was like God. You know, I'm right. Heavily God. I believe God plays a key role in everything I write. You know, and especially music is a gift. Like it's one of the greatest gifts somebody can have. You know, and to abuse it is blasphemy, especially to God. You know. And if you pay attention to like old scriptures, old stories about the Bible, and Lucifer was basically the voice of God, and they say like he was basically the head archangel, and they said basically when he spoke, beautiful instruments played, you know. So like when he was cast down, what would be like the main influence over man or people in general would be music, you know. music can provoke emotions. Like I've been telling this people, like I used to, if you listen to like a song about killing people or like some like really gangster song, you know, you just feel it like, man, this song makes me want to fight a motherfucker, man. You hear like different types of songs can provoke people to do strange things, you know. And people could say no, it's music, but honestly, you people are heavily influenced by a lot of what artists have to say. And I named it Beelzebub's Broken Chords. Beelzebub is obviously he's so many. The devil has so many names. This is the Arabic name for him, and for Satan. And the broken chords emphasize like how can I put it without making it sound confusing? If you had a guitar and you know your chords were broken on it, basically I imply the album is Beelzebub's Broken Chords because if the devil had a broken, these would basically be the notes the devil wouldn't play. Right, he wouldn't want you to hear these chords. Yeah. And the reason it's called his broken chords because that's what I'm speaking through the album. Everything the devil wouldn't want you to hear, like anything positive, anything about real life situations, anything that can change your life for the better, you know.
Right.
Anything, it's situation I've been through, I put it like honestly, like I just let it flow on the CD. Like my first song is called Prelude, which is basically a whole introduction of just like how I came to be in music, how back then like the first bars I was like everything in my life was a fucking gimmick, every picture on the wall I had to fucking mimic, part of my French but I ain't never pushed my limit until my heart said my soul was in an epidemic. And then basically I was like implying like I used to like want to live like mainstream rappers. I used to want to do like what other people are doing, go with the flow, right. You know? And a lot of that shit is just influenced by the devil, in my opinion. You know, talking about bitches, money, not trying to talk about problems that are going on or any real life situations that can, like I said, better people's lives.
Right.
And that's what I'm trying to hope to do with that, and that's why I named it that in the first place. And I'm hoping people can relate. I do have a song that ties in with it, which was over Gil Scott-Heron's Me and the Devil. I don't know if you heard it.
Yeah.
Have you heard it? Yeah. So somebody mixed a beat and made a beat out of it. It was very short, but it's called Devil on the track, and it's got the sample, and I spit over that. So that kind of referenced the title and stuff, talking about my temptation with the devil and how, you know, it's even though you don't want to fight, I mean, even though you do want to fight it, it's sometimes like temptation's a motherfucker. And just basically that whole song is about me dealing with the devil in my life constantly, you know?
Right, yeah.
I got a couple other songs too. I got one called Paul Jr., which is, I don't want to spoil too much. I like already spoiled the concept to so many people. It's just, it was a very deep track. It's totally something, it's something that you don't hear too much of. It's basically like another story, you know?
Right.
And when people listen to it and to get the reaction of what they think it's about and what they hear when they hear it, you know? And that's another track that I'm anxious for people to hear. But there's a bunch of other tracks on there. I can't wait for people to hear and get reactions of what they think of it, positive or negative, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely think that it's going to be good. 'Cause from what it seems, you know, a lot of the people that I show your music, they just instantly, you know, they like it. Either even if they like people that like mainstream, you know, and listen to garbage artists like Gucci, you know, some, you know, idiot person almost. I wouldn't want to say that, you know, but they hear your stuff and they're instantly like, oh, you know, I like him. So, you know, I think your music and just the way your flow is, it goes to a wider spectrum than what you would think it would.
Yeah, I've had a few people tell me that, actually. I appreciate you mentioning that, man. Like I said, that's the type of stuff that inspires me to push forward with music. But I've had people say that. But the one thing that always gets me, like I appreciate anybody that says they like it, like, but the one comment I get the most is usually people saying, I hate rap, but I like this.
Right.
And it's flattering too, because like it's flattering and kind of how can I say it? It's almost like it's a nuisance and it's flattering at the same time. It's flattering because these people will say they don't like rap music, but they like your song. It's a nuisance because these people say they like your song, but they don't like rap music or hip hop, because there's so many great songs out there, and I don't know what makes people like it more than another song, because there are a lot of hip hop songs that are like pertain to the same subject. If you just delve into it a bit, you can get into it. But it's like me saying like, how can I say this? It's like it's like somebody going up to you saying, I hate gay people, but I love watching this gay porno,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It just it doesn't make sense with that. Like you should like definitely branch out into the genre more if you like this song, that's what I want to tell people that say that.
Right. I think a lot of the people, maybe when somebody says rap, they instantly think of mainstream, and what is really pushed and what's put out there. And a lot of people, it seems like the general population really doesn't know that there is an underground, you would say.
Yeah. That's basically how it is, man. Like, until that artist gets some type of shine. And that's the thing about it, even with the internet, you only can go so far,
Yep.
If you're blowing up on the internet, if you get a viral video, like look at who blew up recently. Tyler, the Creator, blew up recently off the internet,
Yep.
He had the Yonkers video, and then he had a couple other stuff that followed, but people just like, that's the type of stuff you can get popping for you, is that movement stuff. Regardless, but I told you yesterday, like it's all about how you go about doing it. Yeah. Wax had like really great movement, and I think he should be shined out there more than Tyler in his group.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You should have been Artist of the Year.
Right.
But yeah, man, it's. Yo, is my mic working?
Yeah.
I thought my mic cut out.
Alright. Yeah, no, for a moment it like dropped out.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I heard like some weird ass noises too. Anyway, what were we talking about though? The underground, yeah. That basically how the internet did blow up the underground scene more, but it also allowed, how can I say this? It allowed more people to believe they can be artists, rap artists, I'm not saying that, I'm saying if you think you got it, go for it, But I've heard a lot of whack shit,
Oh yeah.
Yep. Always had. You remember before, like internet hustling or grinding over the internet in general became even popular with music. Before it just used to be natural. You had your natural on artists. Like you had indie artists. You would hear a hit song from them, but they wouldn't get like mainstream radio play.
Yep.
There was like a bunch of artists in New Orleans like that. UNLV, Mystical. Mystical blew up, of course, but like beforehand, like they've had so many. Like, even Lil Wayne in general. Like I don't like Lil Wayne at all no more. So, but back in the day when he was like real hot, I'm talking Dedication to 2006. Before he was just. Don't even get me started on it, but he had so many records out. He's been like Cash Money since he was 12. So many records. You had the Hot Boys, which was a huge group.
Yeah.
They predominantly sold in their own area. You could technically call them underground, even though they had hits. Each Juvenile blew up on his own. BG kind of had his own thing, but like if you went on like a national level, many people didn't know who they were. But now, like you just got people blowing up off the internet, like it ain't nothing. You get a good single. Who's that chick? Ray Sean. What's her name? She had that one song and she gets signed to $1 million deal.
Right.
I mean, and then you got Lil B doing his thing, whatever his thing is. But like I said, you got all these artists some of them that don't even deserve it when there's so many people that deserve to get shine over them.
Oh yeah.
I see it daily, and I'm not even including myself. That's vanity right there. But I'm talking about people I hear, people I listen to on a daily basis, are people that I see their songs, and I'm like, why isn't this person shining? And when people tell me that, I tell them I don't want that, honestly. I don't want to be big and be in headlights and shine. I just like making music. If people enjoy it, hey.
Right.
That's cool.
And I think that, you know, the people that are in the shine, like, there's more temptation, you know. Everyone's being tempted by the devil constantly. But
Yep.
I think that it's, you know, once you get famous there, you know, I think that it approaches you in a totally different way.
When you get a taste of that limelight, man.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Like, people, like, there are people that are probably just like me, you know, they'll be like the same type of message, but as soon as they get on and get signed and they taste that life and how good it is, they don't want to leave it behind for nothing, you know?
Yep.
People want more. They always want more, regardless. When you have what you have and then you go back to your old ways or something, like your old lifestyle, you don't want that lifestyle for some reason. And you got to learn to appreciate what you have constantly, because if you lose your values on everything like that you grew up, like if you grew up just eating packets of Kool-Aid for like it was candy or Fun Dip, you know, if you grew up in that type of lifestyle, you should still enjoy that if you're a millionaire or something, you know. You should have never looked down on those type of values. But as I said, too many people nowadays, they lose focus, they lose the sight. That's why I respect Lupe Fiasco a lot, man, because he like promotes people to remain independent because of the situation he's gone through. I'm pretty sure you know about it.
Yeah.
But like that's what I like about it, because he's being real about it. He's like, you don't want this type of life.
Right.
And he's trying to get out of that shit. Sound like you got some alien ships in your background.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of weird, because last time I was using the mic, somebody was telling me that it sounded like R2D2 or something.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like. I could hear it like faintly, and I thought I didn't want to say nothing first because I thought I was tripping. But yeah, it's like.
That's so weird. I have no idea what that is.
Hold up, I got my writer telling me about some gaming news shit. Hold up. Write it up. Yeah, that's the other part of my life, the video game.
Yeah, that's what even though, you know, it's an underground hip-hop site that I'm doing this for, I still, you know, I'm putting information about you. And
oh yeah, you could shoot anything, dude.
Yeah, and I know that video gaming is definitely a big thing.
Yeah, it's huge. Definitely now it is. Anything you want to know, like especially like what I like about it, if it's influencing music or
anything you really want to tell me, you know, I'm like jotting notes down, but also like what kind of games are your favorite?
Well, I can tell you, along with music, that was the other part of my life I enjoy is video games. I've always like, especially growing up like with my aunt and uncle, they didn't have their own kids until I was probably 13, 12 years old, you know. So I grew up without no little brother, no little sister, nobody to, you know, accompany me in my adventures and my wild shenanigans as a child. So video games was the outlet, and I had the Super NES, I had the Game Boy. But I grew up heavily in arcade games like House of the Dead, one of my favorite games of all time, shooting fucking zombies, of course, and a bunch of other ones like Metal Slug. What else am I missing here? Area 51, Mortal Kombat, Killer Instinct, just shit like that. And then like I just always enjoyed like being able to relax because video games like always took stress away from me. If it wasn't me getting high, smoking weed, it was always video games, you know, or doing both. You know, it's the ultimate, the ultimate stress reliever. But like I started like when I got my PS3, it was like my first big console. I didn't get a PS1 or PS2 because my aunt and uncle when I was younger they didn't want to spend that much money on it. So I ended up getting a GameCube, but I had a cousin that I used to always go at his house and play the games, and I always wanted a PlayStation. I needed a console, and when I had the PS3, I like I said, I was totally new to online gaming. I never experienced that, and I was able to set it up, and it was just like, wow, this is amazing. And I started gaming more and more. Like I gamed a lot back then. Like I always had my portable, like my Game Boy and my PSP, but like I started like gaming heavily, and for like 2 years, I used to have an old YouTube channel. I used to put old music. I had older music up, son. Shit from, I'm talking 2005, 6, 7. I had older music up, and I used to put that up. I never really talked about games too much, but I always played games, you know?
Right.
I remember whose video I saw. I saw somebody doing gaming videos, and it inspired me to start doing that shit. I was like, you know what? I want to like start like a little gaming show in my spare time. And early in the morning, I would wake up and shoot a video every day with the camera I'm using right now to talk on here is the one I used to use to record my first videos. And I would just talk about shit that interests me in gaming, or like look up random news articles and report on it. And it gradually started catching on, and like people started liking that shit, and so I was like, cool. And this is around the time when I was just like down and out with music. This was after like the first failed mixtape from '08.
Right.
And I was like, I was riding that out. I deleted my old YouTube channel, and in 2009, I picked up this account actually I made when I was still living in New Orleans in 2006, and I forgot I had it, so I just like I'll upload it on there since it's my PSN ID too, you know. Right. So I started uploading the little gameplay videos, why the fuck I'm saying gameplay, the game news videos, and it caught on, and then the channel really like didn't blow up until later on. Was it that year? Was it 09? The Flow You No Beat thing was, or was that 2010? No, that was 09, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 09.
Might have been 09. Anyway, until I didn't plan on doing it, and somebody's like, "Oh yeah, you should enter it, man. You should enter the Flow You No Beat contest," because they knew I used to rap and stuff. And I was like, I haven't made no song in like months, and kind of like, I'm not trying to get into it. He's like, just do it, man. I was like, all right. And, just wrote some shit down in a couple days and went and lay it down in the studio.
All right.
And that shit was part of like what blew it up. And the thing about it, people were saying do another channel because you got all these people with different YouTube channels. Yeah. And I was like, no, it's stuff I like to do, it's my channel, if I want to mix music and gaming together, I can damn well try. And then we tried some music parodies. We did one, I did that Teabag King shit. That shit blew up.
Yeah.
He loved listening to my music, and he's like a machinima director, and he put like my songs and credited me on the video, so that also brought attention to the channel. And we tried to do some real songs, like some parodies of like Forever, and we did one about not being able to beat a gaming level and shit. That shit's fun and all, but like I just, I didn't kind of want to do the parody stuff no more. People were requesting another Teabag King, so I was like, I'll do it, but I'm probably not gonna be doing this too much more.
Right.
But like I said, I really enjoy talking about games because I love video games. Like I said, some of my favorites you asked a while ago. This generation, this is an RPG called Demon Souls. It's fucking brutal. I swear to God, you'll die 1,000,000 times in this game.
Yeah, I've had it and played it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I love that game so much. I played it at least had 14 playthroughs. Because, matter of fact, this is how much I was in love with this game. I had a 60 gigabyte PS3. That was the first one I had.
Right.
And I had it for 2.5 years. It was fine, and it started like the fan started spinning real loud, and it was making louder noises, and it started freezing a lot more. And this was around the time Uncharted 2, that new Batman came out, and Demon Souls was out. I was playing Demon Souls like a crackhead, son. I mean, I didn't want to do nothing. I didn't want to do a goddamn thing. I just wanted to play Demon Souls, man. And it was pretty scary, honestly. The fact how addicted I was to that game, because I got addicted to games. But this was fucking bad, son. Like, and it was so fun, man. Like, and my wife, she'd just sit down every evening, watch, and she'd be like, "Oh," you know, my son would be crawling on the floor, just looking up, like, what, hear me curse at the screen and shit. But like, I loved that game, and for like 2 weeks straight, that's all I was doing was like playing that game every night. And what happened was, like I said, my PS3 started freezing a lot. I lost my data. I was so fucking mad because I was so close to beating the game the first time, because the first time you played it's just hard. You know,
yeah, oh yeah.
And so then I was like, I had to restart. So I had to restart the game again. And this time, it only took me like 3 days to get to, because I kind of knew everything.
Yeah.
Hang on one sec. Shit. Don't tell me he did this shit. Anyway, this part of my shit going on the site. No, we'll see. I'll prove it later. Anyway, so fuck, I don't lose my train of thought. What I was talking about? Oh yeah, so I lost my save data, restarted, and I was talking to another buddy of mine who I attended E3. You heard of E3 before, right?
Yeah.
I did that shit after too. I was talking to him on the phone. He like hit me up, and I told him my PS3 was acting weird, and I had just beat Demon Souls. I had just beat it. I was going on my next playthrough. I was like, yeah, I just hope my save data doesn't crash, because you could not back up your save data on like another memory card or nothing. And so like you basically fucked if you lose it. And I told him, I was like, I hope it doesn't crash or anything. Literally, when I said this shit, my system went dee dee dee, and I caught that yellow light shit, man, at that moment. And so I was gonna send my PS3 in. This is how I knew I became an addict for gaming, like a really bad one. I was gonna send my PS3 in. They said it was like $150, I believe, to get it fixed. And the new Slim had just came out. It was like $150 or $199. And the new Slim had just came out. And I waited 4 days, or three or 4 days, and the box came in to ship it to Sony where they fix it. Mm-hmm. And when I was told how long it was gonna take, like they said anywhere between 2 to 4 weeks, I said, never mind. I went to GameStop right after, bought a Slim, came home, and popped open my 60 gig and literally took everything apart just so I could get to the Blu-ray disc drive. Took the Blu-ray disc drive so I could get my Demon Souls out because it was stuck in the console. And 4 days later, started over again. And then from then on, that's what system I've been on. And I still back and help people beat that game.
Right.
Yeah, but that's definitely my favorite game. That Uncharted 2 was awesome. Batman's good. There's a bunch of great games, man, especially on PlayStation 3. God of War 3 was great. Even some PSP games I enjoyed playing, like God of War Chains of Olympus was fun. Patapon. There's just a bunch of games I play, man. Like so much shit.
Yeah.
So much shit, man.
Is your PSP cracked?
Oh, nah, I got like the later model, like the 3000.
Right.
I wish I had one. My friend had one. He had like SNES games.
Right. No, mine is the 3002, and I got mine cracked.
Oh, they must have. When I got the 3000 when it came out.
Yeah.
When I was I guess at the time they didn't have like what did you call that shit?
Yeah,
it's not custom firmware. What do you call it? Custom firmware.
Yeah, there's different ones. The one I got is like TN.
There's a term for it. What you call it is homebrew.
Oh yeah, yeah, homebrew. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have that shit. Well, damn, I might need to do that shit now.
I just did it recently. I went and found out how to do it. I just looked it all up online, and you can do anything like you said. The Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, all Game Boy Advance games. You know, any PSP game.
Wow.
And PlayStation game. Saves you a lot of money.
That's crazy, man. I need to get man, they were giving out that on live shit at PAX. That's another thing. Like, I don't know if you knew we like attend these gaming events like E3 and PAX and stuff under media. And we get we do like interviews with like developers and talk to them. Like last year we got the tour Naughty Dog Studios. People made Uncharted. And that they just invited us, man. It was fucking
Nice.
crazy because they saw like our machinima videos we've done, and they passed them around at the office. That was a fucking trip. And so I'm actually really cool with a lot of developers, like some of the heads and a few people that do develop like lead cinematics, the game, or the writer even, Amy Hennig, who also wrote Soul Reaver. I'm deep in the video games, so I can. But like she's real cool with us, and yeah, I mean they're great people. And when you go to these events, the developers are so laid back and so chill. Like, shit. What was I gonna say? Fuck, I keep forgetting. Oh yeah, you know who David Jaffe is?
No, I don't.
He made Twisted Metal and God of War.
Yeah.
We met him. He's like very outspoken in like gaming community. Like he has like his own YouTube and stuff. He has like a Twitter account. He's constantly tweeting. But he's a very outspoken, like he's very opinionated, definitely. But he is like one of the most down to earth people you will ever meet. And as big as like the stuff he's created, like is how can I say, was definitely mascots for play. Like Sweet Tooth is a mascot for something. Like Place to God, Kratos is a mascot.
Oh yeah.
People know their games, and he's responsible for 2 of the biggest titles in gaming history. You know, and we were like at E3 last year. Me and my buddy Wipeout were outside of this party, and we were about to go in, and he must have been at the hotel because like he was just like standing. Nobody was bothering him. I was like, oh shit, man, it's like David Jaffe, man. He's like, what's up? You know, he shot the shit with us while he was waiting for his cab right there, and he just like ran in with us, did like a drop for us, took some pictures. But like he was there at PAX Skin this year, and I didn't get a chance to talk to him, but there was like this long ass line, and he was talking to every single person individually. I mean, like he wasn't rushing people. These people were trying to get autographs, but people were talking to him. He would talk to him for like 10-15 minutes at a time. If the person like had a question, and like they would just keep running it, and like he didn't seem annoyed, and he was supposed to be there from like 2 to 5, and he was there from 2 to closing. And yeah, you just really like, you'll see this with many developers. Like they really have a passion for games and gamers. Like they love when people love their game, man. And when people tell them that, they're just like, wow, you know.
Right.
I guess it's just like being an artist. Like when people tell you, like, yeah, I love your music, you know, and I feel like the same way. Like I greatly appreciate that, man. Like that's one of the best feelings I could feel, and I think it's the same way with developers. But yeah, you definitely gotta hit one of those events. Where you at, on the East Coast?
I'm in Florida.
Oh, in Florida. I think y'all have PAX. It's just close to PAX Boston, which should be sometime next year.
I've always wanted to go to one. I'm actually a really big gamer too. I'm wanting to go to college for game development.
That's a good field to get into, man. Like anything gaming related. I have a friend right now. He's that's doing the cover for my mixtape. He's working at Edge of Reality, and I think the only game I can tell you that they made that you probably know is Turok.
Yeah.
He's working there as a concept artist, but they just did the Sims 3 Pets, and he said he's working on another game he can't talk about right now, but he's working on his own game himself, and he's doing all the art for the game, and
Nice.
He's got one program. It's just him and this programmer making this little Android game, and they're trying to get on iPad, iPhone, Android, and they might get it on the Vita, PlayStation Vita. That shit's gonna be dope. I don't know if you get the Vita, but that thing is beast. Have you seen it?
Alright, well I watched, I clicked whatever you showed or whatever, so.
Wait, what did I send?
I think you just had a video of you talking about it, and then you, in the description, you had a link to what.
Oh yeah, yeah, son. That shit's beast, son.
Yeah.
Like, it's like a portable PS3.
Yeah, but that's. I want to get it. Hopefully, you know, I can get the money somehow. How much is it going to be? 300.
300 for the 3G model, and 249 for the just the Wi-Fi only.
That's going to be such a nice system.
Yeah, it's not bad either, considering the 3DS was the same price until a couple of weeks ago, and so Nintendo's bombing right now with that thing, man. I wanted to get one, but they only have like nostalgia games, you know.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
Hang on, let me go check my son real quick.
Alright.
Make sure he ain't getting in the shit. I think my son's gonna be somehow in music affiliated with it because he loves like repeating like songs and stuff. He barely talks, but like he'll sing songs. It's funny as hell.
That's crazy. What was I gonna say? Crap. I totally just lost my train of thought.
Shit, that happens to me so much, man. I really smoke a lot of pot. I don't know if you smoke, but shit.
Yeah, I do.
I don't even smoke as much as I used to either. Like, I used to fucking, God, dude, I'm talking 24/7, man. When I moved out here, I was gonna get on that same type of tip, but I didn't know anybody for one, and it's when you move to a new area, I didn't know about how common pot smoking was out here. Like Louisiana used to be like very, you knew you had to know somebody, you know. Out here, you could probably walk to some random guy on the street asking for pot, and they'll have it or know somebody that has it because so many people smoke weed out here. It's fucking crazy. And we live like in a very weed-friendly environment. Like if I got pulled over and had like maybe an ounce or less on me, all they're gonna do is ticket. They might not even do that. They'll just take your stash. If it's not enough to prosecute you over, they don't worry about it.
Dang it. I totally forgot whatever I was gonna ask you. But have you played the?
Did it pertain to gaming or music?
No, it was I think it had to do with music. But this isn't what I was gonna ask you. But have you played the Dead Island?
Oh no, I haven't played it. I've seen like a bunch of glitches. I was gonna get it, but like I've heard it's very glitchy. Like there's so many problems and bugs in the game, and I don't like that.
Right.
That was part of the reason why when I bought Fallout 3. The Game of the Year edition, it came with all the DLC. That is the most buggiest fucking game I have played this generation. And when I heard Dead Island was buggy, I didn't want to pick.
Right. Yeah. It's all right. Like I like the concept's good, but I've found a couple glitches myself.
Yeah, I found a sheep. Like a bulge in this bitch's pants. Like not even her pants or a bikini.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It was pretty crazy. It was pretty nuts, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You know my artist name's just Treezy, right? I've had people link artist stuff with me, but they always put my YouTube tag.
Just Treezy, no 504.
No 504.
Right.
That's why I try to tell people. So many people say, "Oh, you from New Orleans?" I gotta explain. Like I said, I live there. I'm from Louisiana. Like that's where I'm from originally. And I went to New Orleans so many times in my life. And when I got emancipated at 17, I lived there for months. You know. And then I moved to Cali for a minute, and then I moved I hated California, dude. California is such a fucking, I don't know why people enjoy living in Southern California. People like sun, I guess, but it's sun and desert. That's all it is. And it's expensive fucking housing.
Yeah, really expensive.
And I've been out here before a couple of times because I have family that used to live pretty close to where I live now. And they live farther east now, but east of the state, I should say. But I came out here a couple times in the summer, and I loved it here. But I didn't know it rained all the time, which is good for me because I don't care about the rain.
Right.
I don't like the sun either, which is awesome. But during the summer, it's nice. The sun will be out, and you'll fucking have like 60-degree weather, 75-degree weather. And then the sun doesn't go down to like 10 o'clock. It'd be awesome.
Right. Yeah, I hate the sun too. I don't know why I'm in Florida.
Oh yeah, what part of Florida are you in?
I'm in Bradenton, but it's like by Tampa. You know where that is?
I might have drove through. I've been to Pensacola, Kissimmee, and Orlando.
Right. I'm on the west coast of Florida, like in the middle.
Trying to think. I don't know, man. I probably drove through it before.
Yeah.
But I've been to Florida a couple times, like only for fucking vacation.
All right, I got another question to ask you. What would... I don't really know how to word it, but I would say... what... I know that, like, a lot of people... What is your outlook on 2012, I guess? Do you believe in that? Yeah, what?
I don't worry about it, honestly.
Right.
I put it like... I try to use common sense on shit like this, and people always want something to freak out over, you know.
Yeah.
And, like, all right, for one, like I said, honestly, I believe in God. I believe majority of the Bible is true. Some shit, like I say, can be man fucking around.
Yeah. Yep.
Man has always used religion to benefit their own selves, but
Yep.
In the Bible it says, "No man know the day nor the hour."
Yeah.
You know, so there you got it right there.
Yeah.
If it said it thousands of years ago that we would not be able to predict the day or the hour that our whole fucking world would be eradicated and the beast would come back and all the shit would like there would be signs to where you could tell, but you wouldn't know when it would happen.
Yeah.
And the thing about people thinking the world's gonna end on that day in 2012,
yeah.
That's actually supposed to be the start of it, apparently. So people keep thinking it's the end. If it's supposed to, you're gonna go through a series of events, apparently.
Yeah.
But that's all like that's thousands of years ago. That's when the Mayans. What I think common sense was that's when the Mayans thought their civilization was gonna end at that point in time, not the fucking world, you know.
Yeah.
That's what I assume, but honestly, who knows why they stopped? Maybe they just got tired of marking that shit down. Who said my hand's tired?
Right.
Or maybe they don't know why people think it is. Maybe the Mayans were eradicated during that process. That was the last thing the guy put up. Who knows? I just think it's a bunch of crazy shit, man. I don't think the world's gonna end, and if it does, fuck it. It's supposed to end, it ends.
Right.
That should give people more spiritual belief then, but I don't think nothing's gonna happen.
Right. Yeah.
But I think they're gonna be a bunch of mass suicides before then. You remember Y2K?
Yeah. Yeah.
Being a kid here about people freaking out over that shit. People thought the lights were gonna go out at midnight and all the power was gonna be shut down.
Yeah.
Nah. What was your take on it?
I wouldn't say that, you know, I've never believed that there's really going to be an end of the world, because, you know, I don't know, I just don't, you know,
I believe the world will end. I just don't think that's going to be the case.
Right. I don't, like you know, you said you can't pick the time or the day and day.
It could end tomorrow. What people gonna say, you know?
Yeah.
It was just like that old fucker. That's the other shit I don't like. When you got somebody that's supposed to be a Christian, not even like that old guy that predicted the end of the world like a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And he said, I strategically predicted the end of the world. And he's supposed to be like this full-blown Christian. People like donated so much money. And there were people that believed in that shit, man. That's the scary part. People believe this old man.
A lot, yeah. There was a lot of crazy.
And that's exactly what's going to happen in 2012. You're going to have people take advantage of these people thinking that it's going to end, spend all this money, and then nothing's going to happen.
Yep. Yep. But the one thing that I kind of, like, I'm not too sure about is, have you heard of Planet X?
Yeah, I heard about that shit too.
Right. I don't, I haven't seen it for myself, so. But supposedly you're able to see it on a certain part of the world at the moment.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And they have like pictures up, but obviously pictures could be fake, but it just.
Yeah, I heard people say that that's gonna be an alien invasion or something.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of conspiracies I follow. There's have you ever heard of HARP?
Yeah. Yep.
And there's also this other. What's this other one? It's there's one where I guess it's a conspiracy in which they're gonna I forgot what Project Bluebeam. You ever heard of that shit?
I've heard a little bit about it.
But like it's just what's weird with conspiracies with me is like as outrageous as they seem, when you hear of the circumstances that the people behind them or the people that researched into them died or how they died or you don't know, it seems a bit off, man. It seems like sketchy. Like, why would they die? Why would you? Why? If y'all try to make this guy out as a crazy person from what he said, why would he die this way? And so many people end up dying over shit like that, man.
Yeah.
And like Barry Jennings, for instance, the guy who was like inside one of the buildings in 9/11 when it collapsed, and he said he was talking about how he thought it was a demolition. Like he said that whenever he was in the building, like they flew up, like there was something blowing up from under them.
Yeah.
And when they got out the wreckage, they was carrying him out. They was telling him not to look down because he was walking over dead bodies and shit. And how he was in the building and he went into a room and the room was already evacuated before anybody even knew the plane was gonna hit. He went into like this what he said, a FEMA room or some shit, I don't remember. And he said there was still hot coffee on the table and shit. And like he was getting out of the building when it happened. And then when the building came down they told him they were evacuating the building. And then I don't remember what the fuck the whole story was about, but basically he was talking about how they brought the building down. Like he said he's seen them, he's been around them, and he knows that wasn't just the planes bringing the building down. He said if you look at it, they'll out-control demolition and watch how the buildings came down.
Yeah.
And he said he was there, and he said it felt like he was in a controlled demolition. And he was doing this interview documentary for Loose Change, and after a while he like pulled out. He said they could still use what he had, but he didn't want to be involved with it anymore. He said he was done. And I guess they tried to get a hold of him again, and they found out a couple months later he was dead. They found out he was dead. And the guy was curious. The guy behind the documentary was curious about what happened, and he hired a private investigator to look into it. And like a couple weeks later, he either got a call or a letter from this guy, the guy that was private investigating the matter. And the dude said, don't contact me, here's your money back, and I don't want to hear you ask me about this stuff again. And so, and they said it was they didn't disclose how Barry Jennings died. They didn't say anything.
Yeah, that's.
But I don't believe in coincidences, man. There's too many coincidences.
Yeah, for sure. The one thing.
It's funny how the coincidences been the powers that be and not the people at the end of the chain, the bottom of the chain.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Right. The one thing you should look up is the Venus Project. Do you know who Jock Fresco is?
Nah.
He's an old guy. He had talked with Einstein, he said, but he is trying to not only make a resource-based economy, which, something like that would be, is one of the most improbable things ever. But he's
trying to do, you said?
A resource-based economy.
Oh, really?
And he's just.
That would be amazing.
Yeah. And he's just really trying to make people realize that with like technical innovation, which the state that we're in, we can make everything so much better, and just we could change, you know, everything and come together.
If we learn to just if we learn to remove our monetary system and just went off a trade-only system or something where everybody had a skill that somebody could benefit off of,
Yeah.
we'd be fine, man.
Yep, and that's, you know, I don't know, the whole movement that he's trying to do is he's, you know, trying to make that come about where, you know, there's more of us than them is what he's trying to get across. But
another fucking conspiracy that there are people saying that the Earth is overpopulated, in which is false. I saw this documentary where this guy he basically, I don't know if he used Australia or Africa, but he said he calculated how many people on Earth there were. He said he showed either Africa or he showed Australia, but I wanted to say it was Australia, but he showed that every person could live comfortably. Every person in the world could live comfortably in a section of Australia, right? Just one of Australia. Like, if they all own this amount of land, everything, they could all live there, and there was still like the bottom part of Australia and the rest of the world left. And that's what he was trying to say. He said we're not overpopulated. We consume way too fucking much. It's us. It's even the higher ups. It's the people that are responsible for controlling this.
yeah.
And the fact that we consume resources we have less amount of people consuming shit and being wasteful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we need to be more cautious about that shit. And that's all it is. We're not overpopulated. We're underpopulated.
Yeah. We're burning resources faster than, you know, natural resources.
We're building all kinds of shit, like
and you know, people always say that, you know, changing like a resource-based economy would be hard to make because, you know, the people in power obviously
exactly that will never happen.
Yeah, they're not gonna let themselves come out of power. I always said.
Exactly. That's the two things that control this world: money and power.
Yeah, and you know, there's.
Once you have the money and get power, you don't want to relinquish.
Yeah, and like.
That's how it is. So like for instance, another great man, Nikola Tesla.
Yeah.
Nikola Tesla, if you want to pronounce his name. I don't know if you ever. That's another like one of my idols, basically. I should say.
Yeah.
He had so many great inventions. He was a
generator.
So he's a man of God too, and like he said, whenever he couldn't find the answer to like an equation or anything he was using, want a piece of toast? Here, eat the toast. I'm trying to make this sandwich though. But when he couldn't find the answer to the question, he would use the Bible and he'd find the answer. And he said because his mother, like growing up, his mother told him all truth is in the Bible. And he would literally find the answer in the Bible. That there alone with just the inventions he made was mind-boggling. Like, wow. And it's funny, he was never credited for a lot of shit he's done.
Oh yeah, well a lot of, you know, it was just silence, you know.
He literally had a system in which there would be free electricity for everyone in the world.
Yeah.
Simply a metal rod in the ground, and you can have electricity just by putting a rod in the ground. And that there alone is like, fuck? Like, really? And he was gonna, JP Morgan was funding this project. This is what's so funny, because this is in our history, yet it's not talked about and it's not, you know, it's not shined upon. But JP Morgan was funding Nikola's project. And what the project was it was basically making this big tower that served as like a conductor or some shit, and it would be like in the northern hemisphere of the earth, and would allow free energy for everyone in the world. And naturally, whenever JP Morgan hears about this, what's his money being funded for and how they can't make money off of that if it's free, he cut Tesla off, they blackballed him, basically told him like they were not allowed to get a loan from anyone else. They blacklisted him basically, and he died a fucking reclusive man.
Yeah.
He fucking died in like this little lonely fucking room, you know. He's like, with all of his achievements, every amazing feat he's ever done. And Einstein hated him. That shit. He hated Tesla, but like there's a fact of the length he was going through to give mankind. Like it was just like the guy that what was it? What was it that disease he cured? It was polio or some shit, or it might have been smallpox. It was something, whatever that was cured back in like the early '60s, and they asked him how much would the vaccine cost, but he gave it up for free.
Yeah. And
he said he didn't want to make money off it. He said, why would you want to prosper off of something that can help people, you know?
Yeah.
He literally had the cure, gave the cure to mankind, you know? And that's why no one gets this disease, you know? Pharmaceutical companies can't fucking charge you for that shit. I mean, that's amazing. You should never, and that's what more people should be like. If you found the cure to cancer, which I believe they already have.
Yeah.
When you find the cure for cancer or some shit, if you did, you should automatically put that out there, tell everyone how to cure themselves, and tell your formula you want it to be free.
Yep.
Because if they can't make money off it, they don't bother. It's another reason I think weed is outlawed. Now they get hemp. And hemp is nothing like. I try to tell people, like, if you're gonna ban weed for whatever, fine, but don't fucking ban hemp at the same.
Right. It could be used for so much things.
That made for the success of our fucking country, man.
Yeah.
George Washington even said grow fucking hemp, man.
Yeah. One of my friends actually did a song about, and it has a lot of facts, and just talk about, you know, weed and how, you know, it used to be legal and everyone was growing it, and then...
It's in general.
Huh?
No, I was saying cannabis in general is just an amazing plant.
Yeah.
Every plant in the cannabis family can help you.
Yeah.
Now God's plans to us, man.
Yep.
Bullshit.
Yep.
Bullshit in our country, man.
Yeah. And what I was gonna say is, like, you know, if somebody were to make which has already happened, but if somebody were to make something to replace oil, then
hemp fuel replaces oil.
The oil companies, the people that are the head of the oil companies, they're not gonna, you know, let you live. They're not gonna let your idea get out there.
Oh no. Like I was telling you earlier, anything that starts taking money out of people's pockets, oh yeah. You're a target.
You're a threat.
Have you ever seen Gas Hole?
Yeah.
Yeah. What they did to that poor kid?
Yeah.
This was back in like the 60s or some shit, 50s. Dude had a car that could go over 100 miles per gallon. And like it was in the newspaper and everything, man. And like he ended up dead. Apparently he OD'd, but people that knew him said he wasn't on drugs and shit.
Right.
They found him in the desert. Bullshit, man.
Yeah.
And then when this guy was trying to recreate what he did, people were watching his house.
That's the world is so. The people in charge are so fucked up. It has to do a lot with, you know, the same thing with how with music, people get the limelight, you know, they don't want to get out of it.
The music industry is a dangerous place too, man. Yeah. That's another dark side of the world of entertainment. It's mainstream. I've heard so many stories, dude. It's sickening.
Yeah.
Like, I'm talking like, who's gay? There's so many of them are gay, dude. You have to see it. Like, this guy, his name's Glenn, and he manages one of the artists on our group. And he's like been in the industry for a while. Like, he's met all these people, but he says he's like, a lot of these cats are gay. He's like, you would not believe it. I'm not saying it's wrong. It's just the fact that a lot of them are gay as hell, and they promote that. They don't promote their own. I guess I don't know why they don't, but some of them are also into some weird shit. Like, I'm not about to pull the crap about the Illuminati crap and shit, but
Right.
people are into like, Jeff, I'm trying to give you something. Eat the damn sandwich. This is what I deal with. Ah! I could scream too. Now say please. This is get ready for it, man. I don't have to deal with that, but I do constantly. Don't be smiling at me after. Take a bite of sandwich. You either stop yelling or you take a bite. Anyway, but like, into like some fucking weird shit, devil worship, whatever. Using symbolism, talking about the end of the world like it's promoted.
Yeah.
Come on, Jeff. What's wrong with you, huh? Why you acting up? Why you acting up today, huh? I'm trying to talk right now. Why you acting up? Yeah, now stop whining. Anyway, man. But I used to be big on conspiracies too, man. Like, I'll believe every single conspiracy. Look, every one. Some of them I research myself, but like I said, I don't let that shit run my life or nothing either.
Yeah. Yeah.
No way, like, I was just miserable, son. Because I like just was like, when you find out the truth about the world, and
yeah.
because even if you don't believe all that shit, like, you know something's up. If you have common sense and 2 eyes, you can see what's going on.
Right. Yeah.
And this was depressing, man.
Yeah. Actually, one of my friends is going through that. You know, he's just recently now waking up, and he, instead of, well, he's just letting it basically eat at himself, and he's just depressed and.
It'll do that, man.
Yeah.
I have a buddy that was in the army. Well, he's in the army, but they brought him to a mental hospital because he had a breakdown. And I'm partially responsible because I showed him like some shit, you know. I always told him, don't let it control your life, though. I gotta show you this. So I showed him a couple of videos about, you know, John F. Kennedy, how he felt like the country should have headed before he got assassinated.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of weird, not weird shit, but legit shit. And he started digging deeper. Like, he was deep going, like, showing me videos, and I was like, yeah, it's fucked up, man. Like I said, don't let it get to you, bro. And like, he was going to work, and he had like a mental breakdown at work, and he's in the army, and they took him on base, and he told these people like what he thought was going on, like with Illuminati in the army and shit. I was like, oh my god. And they kept him for weeks, like a couple weeks.
Right, damn. That's the one thing, that's the people you don't want to tell.
So I told him, I was like, I can't believe you said that, man.
Right, damn.
And then whenever he told me he was like feeling better, he basically had to lie to get out.
Yeah.
Talking about how he was stressed and he was going through a bunch of shit.
Damn, yeah, that would be real shitty.
But one of the nurses there was on the side was like, they can't keep you here for what you believe in.
Yeah, right? That is bullshit. Now that you say that.
Right to free speech, First Amendment. Bullshit, man.
Yeah.
There's R2D2 again.
Huh?
I said there's R2D2 again.
It might be maybe like when I get a certain, get close to the screen or something. Yeah, it definitely awesome that I got to, talk with you. I have got a lot of stuff from this. But, yeah, I mean, because I would definitely...
Who compiles a lot of stuff? You compile everything on every artist?
No, I haven't done all of them. There's like a couple of us. There's a team of us that are doing it. We just recently have, really started working on it a lot more.
Yeah, it's good to have a website, man. Especially it's one you could call your own and stuff, because it turned into something big.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping. There's just a lot of things. We realize that we're not only going to get into like the underground hip hop, just underground, there's underground clothing lines. There's just so much, that you could get into.
Are y'all planning on doing mixtape hosting or no?
What?
Are y'all planning on doing mixtape hosting?
Yeah, we're wanting to do a lot of stuff like that, actually. Have a page for each thing.
That's dope.
Yeah. If we do it the right way, it could definitely turn into something big with the internet.
Internet's a powerful tool, man.
Yeah. Like you said, it can only take you so far, but it definitely can take you almost there,
If you work, you can make a career out there. That's how I make most of my money, off of YouTube and the website. I make as much as a regular fucking part-time job would get you, honestly.
Right.
And I was just like, that's just doing what I like to do, I'm satisfied with that shit.
Yeah, that's definitely awesome. Doing something you like, getting paid for it.
You just gotta keep at it, and whatever comes with it, comes with it.
Yep.
But like I said, it won't ever become major in my case, because like I said, I don't want to get signed. I don't trust any labels.
Right.
If I were to do anything, like anything major, it'd probably be sign a distribution deal, which I would have the right to do anything on my music. I just have to pay a company to distribute it. Because that's the main thing. If you're an artist, an independent artist, and if you were trying to get your music out there, a distribution deal is the best thing to do. Because they'll print and do all. You won't have to worry about it.
Right.
But you also get to keep the rights to all your music. But I also believe music's gonna end up on the internet free anyway.
Yeah.
So why would you bitch over it?
Yeah.
I would rather offer it free to anybody rather than fucking have people burn it,
Yeah.
And dick, why you fucking taking my music?
Yeah, that's real.
Just like it, dick.
Yeah. That's the internet. They'll get the music one way or another. But I mean, that could still, even if you let all your music be free, you could still make money off of concerts or something.
That's what I'm saying. Or through other type of outlets.
Right.
I think you get a better fan base by offering it free to people, and more people will respect you.
Oh yeah.
Rather than just looking out for yourself.
Yeah, exactly. You got to spread a different message than what is being spread.
have these people sending me this damn article. So y'all have, did y'all put ads on your site yet or anything?
There are some, but it's not even like, you know.
You find like, I'll tell you the key to success. Whenever, like I said, I made a YouTube channel, I wanted to get the partnership and stuff because my buddies, the people in our group, you might have heard of them. They make cartoons. They film no BEP. Have you ever heard of them?
Right, I've looked into it a little bit. I know.
You like little pink cartoons.
Yeah.
Wise, they just clown a bunch of rappers. I can tell you how BYOB and T took one of their ideas. They were supposed to do like when BYOB was just coming up because people felt 20 Fat been around a while with the cartoon, and when BYOB was coming up, they were gonna do like a cartoon collab, and my buddy pitched the idea about Ninja Turtles and Lil Wayne, and they just took the idea and just did their own cartoon on it, and they kind of felt disrespected by that shit. It was like, why would you just take the idea and do it, you know, when we were supposed to make a collab, basically. So that's kind of like, that's why they don't really like those guys, but they've been putting in work, and I remember, I think last time I talked to Fat, he told me they make $8,000 a month off of YouTube.
Nice.
So they get shitloads of views, you know what I'm saying? I got another buddy that started out around me, but he blew up in Australia, and he makes fucking 10, 12 grand a month off of YouTube, man. That's 2 videos a week, and it's just like, damn. Now I don't make nowhere near that much. I make a good amount to live off it, but it ain't like ridiculous. Ridiculous. I'll be doing like so many giveaways and shit. I'll be just trying to give that money back.
Right.
Man, it's a good feeling, man. And like I said, I try to encourage people, like, go for a partnership if you can. Because what I was trying to tell you is the key to success is okay, gotta allow you to do it. Yeah, do that shit. That's the best thing to do, to promote as much as you can using, even if you gotta use Facebook. Like, go to like underground music, join like every underground music group on Facebook. You know, like those little groups now you can join, and join every single one you can find, and promote your site through that shit. Don't spam it.
All right.
But like, be like, you know, hey, check this out if you like this type of music, you know, because it'll be relevant. You know, you don't want to go to like like any random ass like site like that. Just you go to like some tech site and spam your, you know, you got to spam it somewhere where people would most likely click it. You know.
Yeah.
If you went to like some underground artist group, because I guarantee you there's got to be a bunch of them.
Yeah, definitely.
Join them, and then you put the link in. They're obviously going to check it out, probably like, oh shit. They might have even heard of the artist that you're showing, you know.
Right. Yeah.
You'll get traffic hits, and you might build a community off it.
Yep. That's definitely what we're trying to do right now. That's what a couple last meetings have been about. We just recently started getting serious about it.
That's good, man.
Yeah.
Good shit. What other games you looking forward to this year?
I don't know how to pronounce it. Skyrim? Skyrim?
Oh, Skyrim?
Yeah.
You not gonna get Dark Souls?
Dark Souls, I have not. I don't even think I've heard of that.
Dark Souls is the spiritual successor to Demon Souls.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. And when is it coming out? Or
It's coming out October 4th.
oh,
You haven't seen nothing on Dark Souls?
I don't think so. No.
You on your computer right now, or are you on a phone?
Yeah. Well, no, I'm on the internet.
I'm gonna send you this video so you can freak out real quick.
All right. Awesome.
Can't believe you haven't seen this, man.
Yeah.
It's like my most anticipated game this year is Dark Souls, man.
Yeah. I'm always looking for new games too, so I don't know how I haven't heard of it.
So what you have, a PS3 only?
Yeah, but I also have a really good computer, so like,
Oh yeah, nice.
I play certain games on the computer.
This is just one of the trailers, but there's so many like. Fuck it. Oh, let me find the You Will Die trailer first.
Is it, what platforms is it coming out on?
It's coming out on. It's not exclusive this time. It's on PS3 and 360.
Alright. Yeah, man, I let a lot of my friends play Demon Souls, and I thought it was funny because really when you first play the game in the first level, like that's the hardest, you know. You just die so easy.
This was like one of the first gameplay trailers. I'm gonna show you the other one after. Let me see if I can find it.
Online is cloud gaming. What is cloud gaming? Cloud gaming is a new way to my God, how many deep in the river trying to clear? He says, wash your hands, get off the stains of your past, believe for the town.
Oh yeah, dude.
Leave that second trailer. The second trailer. Dude, there's so much more shit. Like, there's one fucking boss. There's this big fucking wolf with a big ass sword in his mouth. It is fucking creepy as hell, son. I don't even. This is just gonna be dope. The second one's tight, bro. That's one of the new ones they just released.
I'm checking it out now. Yeah, dude, I'm definitely gonna have to get this.
Oh my God, there's so many deep.
Yeah, dude, this looks raw. Do you know how if they're gonna do like the multiplayer the same?
Yeah, it's gonna be just like last in Demon Souls.
And how many people could you have with you? Was it
I
3?
think it's 3 again. It might be 4. I don't know. I think it's 3 though. Definitely 3 again.
It is a good game. When did Demon Souls come out?
2009, but actually in the US it came out in 09. But it was out like since 2007 or early 2008 in Japan, and that's why it ended up coming over here because they made an English version, and it was being sold in basically like English dub and stuff.
Yeah.
It was being sold a lot, like it was one of the most imported games, and they decided to bring it over, and it did so well here.
Yeah. October 4th is when you said that's coming out?
Yeah, October 4th.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna get that.
Yeah, that's like my most and if you pre-order it, you get the special edition automatically. So you'll get the soundtrack, the mini guide book, the art book, and the steel. I think it might be a steel case. I don't know. I might be wrong about that. But it's for the same price as the game.
Right.
It's paid for the game.
Nice. I'm gonna have to do that. Is there any other games that you know about?
Uncharted 3. Tomorrow I'm picking up that God of War Origins, which is Chains of Olympus and Ghost of Sparta on the PS3.
Right.
And a couple weeks from now, they're releasing the Ico collection, which is Ico and Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah.
I've never played either one. I've heard Shadow of the Colossus was beast, and I've always wanted to play it. So I'm picking that up, and after that, it's Dark Souls. I want to games that I'm picking up: Dark Souls, Uncharted 3, that Batman Arkham City.
Oh yeah. When is that coming out?
Battlefield 3, I think in next month, in October.
Nice.
And Uncharted comes out in November. Battlefield 3 comes out. I'm not getting I hate Call of Duty. Okay. What else? Oh, Saints Row the Third is looking tight too.
Yeah.
I want to get that also. And yeah, that's about it for this year. There's a bunch of other games like Skyrim and shit, but I didn't play the last Elder Scrolls.
Yeah, I didn't really like them, but I have a feeling this one's gonna be worth playing. They did a really good job with the AI.
Oh yeah, definitely. You ever play Killzone?
Yeah.
Killzone 2? Killzone 2 was so beast. I didn't really care for the third one, but the Killzone 2 was so fucking dope.
Yep.
So beast, man. Beating that game on Elite was fucking hard as fuck. God, that game was fucking a mindfuck.
Yeah, I love playing games on the hardest difficulty.
Same here, man.
Yeah.
How they're supposed to be played.
Yeah.
Unless it's too hard, I'll just gradually admit, like, yeah. But if I could beat Demon Souls, I think I could beat anything on its hardest mode.
Yeah.
There's this new game that came out. That's another game I wanted to pick up. It's already out. It's called Catherine. It's from the same people that published Demon Souls, but dude, it's fucking hard. I heard, like, really hard. Like, it's like a puzzle game slash anime slash horror game.
Right.
That's the best way to describe it. So it's crazy. You gotta play it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look that up too. Is it only for PS3?
In Japan.
Yeah, I can now. I couldn't. Right. It's all good. Alright, yeah, for sure, man. Alright, for sure, man. Thanks. I already said it, but definitely thanks for your time. Alright, man, for sure. Alright, take care.